Can we actually start over, please?
I'll just cut it.
Okay.
And cut.
All right, and now we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first official episode of the SuperBois Podcast. Let's
inaugural
episode.
Thank you.
Yes, inaugural podcast
Jesus.
episode. What? That was a joke.
I know.
No. Yeah.
I was going along with it, man.
The fourth one.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, this is basically a podcast with me, James. I'm talking. And, Zach, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Zach. Are we telling each other, or telling everybody what we do?
That sounded like you had it covered, Jim.
That's Jake.
Yeah.
How are you? Yeah, how's it going?
And now, Zach, would you like to introduce yourself? Just
Yeah.
because, I mean, you're the only one with really credibility because we don't do anything cool on the internet.
Sure. Yeah. I'm Zach Kubiak. I run Prophesy Design and do motion graphics and take pretty pictures, I think, sometimes. They're mediocre, but, you know,
Wow,
people pay me to do it.
Humble brag. Humble brag.
Humble brag. Hashtag humble brag.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay, and do you want to say anything, Jake?
Well, I am the third person in this podcast because I was last to be included in the group chat. Mostly because James doesn't care about me at all as a friend and really just wants as the kids say, they be preying on my downfall.
Yeah, that's it.
Other than that, I don't do anything. I just work
Yeah,
and
same.
listen to music.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, this is a podcast where we're just going to be BSing, talking about some stuff in the media relating to music, TV, video. What are you doing?
I just put my phone down, okay?
All right, music, TV, video games, anything really. We'll talk about anything.
Boof.
Yeah, whatever that word is. So, what do you guys want to discuss first? How about that Detective Pikachu trailer? We're going to talk about what I want to talk about first. Anyone see
We'll
that?
start it off, Jim.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu. Anyone see that?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I watched like snippets of the trailer.
I didn't see the movie.
I'm talking
It's
about
not
the
fucking out yet.
No, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it looks interesting because it's Ryan Reynolds. It looks like it's well put together, but at the same time, it's not quite Pokemon. But it is.
I
But
mean,
it's not.
Yeah.
It is, but it isn't. I think that it's gonna be really funny, but I think as far as like an original fucking
God, that's gonna sound
ripping that
garbage.
cotton, I think it's gonna be as far as like an original like Pokemon type movie. I don't see there being much faith in it on my end. I mean Ryan Reynolds, that's his name, he's a pretty funny guy, but I don't know.
I think I was really skeptical about it going into the trailer, especially the first image was just like that real life Pikachu, and I was just like, oh.
He looks adorable.
I mean, yes, it grew on. It really did grow on me. Now I really, really like it. But I was really skeptical. But after watching the trailer, I'm like, this actually doesn't look too bad. Like, none of the humor seemed really cringy. Like, I laughed at the bit where, like, he was talking about, like, oh, no one understands me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, all they hear is Pika Pika. And the girl was like, oh, you're so adorable, Pika Pika. That was funny. I think that...
And you also said when we were talking about it earlier this week that they made the guy from Jurassic World 2 actually tolerable.
Yeah, my fucking least favorite part of Jurassic World 2 was the Justice Smith's character. They made him just like cringy millennial, like geeky, like kind of guy. But like the action,
I want that noise as my ringtone every time I get a text.
But no,
it looks like it's Big Jimmy.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to him was Jurassic World 2, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? But he actually looks like a good actor in this movie, and I will say, I'm excited about it. I want to check it out, and they have some writers on, or I think they're writers for this one. I think that's the role they're doing from like this TV show Gravity Falls. I've never seen it, but I hear it's a really, really good like kid show, but like not cringy kid humor. So
See, I don't watch enough television to really stay up to date with what's going on fucking TV. I just don't.
I haven't seen it, but I hear it's really good. Gravity Falls.
I feel like TV's just at this point you're either gonna watch a shitty sitcom. It's about a family of half-drank Diet Cokes, and they're trying to not get sipped on, and one by one they fall prey to An overweight white woman with fibromyalgia.
I like it. I'd watch it.
That's body shaming, Jake.
Nah, I think
Check
about
it
it. Fibromyalgia. All right, don't even get me started on fibromyalgia. Okay? It's not even gonna fucking talk about it because it's not real.
Oh
well.
Anyways, back to the relevant topic. I think TV's like just I don't know.
What do you mean? TV? I don't know about this television.
I don't know.
This new invention,
it's
the
just
television.
a fad. I think that. I mean, have you ever actually sat down and fucking watched an episode of the Boom Bomb Bing Theory? The Big Bang Theory?
Back when I was a kid. Yeah, Bazinga.
You know, I watched it for more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I could start a stopwatch, and I want to take a glass bottle and break it over my own fucking head. I can't. Schleldor, why would you shut that door in my face? And then the fucking fake crowd just.
Woo!
Yeah, Schleldor.
I
guess I'm just a little bit bitter about it.
Yeah, a little bit. I can tell.
The girl
For no fucking reason.
The girl kind of reminds me of my sister for some reason.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'm just.
fun facts for everyone that doesn't know your sister.
Thanks, Zach. It's the last time you're going to be featured on this podcast.
It's now a duo act, but I used.
I don't want to be alone with you.
I'll stop recording.
I don't want to be alone with you.
It's all good.
Zach, please don't leave.
But yeah, I used
I
to.
have Fallout to play. I have better things to do.
Anyway,
Fucking, can we shift into that, please?
Can I finish my thought, please?
No, please, by all means.
Can we be a little more focused on this podcast, please?
Absolutely.
I used to be a big fan of The Big Bang Theory as when I was in fifth grade. Like I'd watch it like every day with my parents, like every Monday with my parents. It'd be like How I Met Your Mother, Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men.
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
She came into that fucking massage shop across the street from Five Guys. She showed me the monkey at 10 o'clock at night. We get a little bit of the...
But yeah, I feel like I've kind of oh
My God.
that was
You know what I'm fucking saying? A little bit of the midnight stabbing.
You were obsessed with 2.5 Men.
Oh.
By the way. I remember that phase.
yeah. I mean, I loved all those shows as a kid. I still like 2.5 Men. I don't really like sitcoms as much. I don't think Big Bang Theory really aged well for me. I think 2.5
I don't
Men
think
did.
it aged well at all.
Yeah, to be honest, at all, really.
I think that at this point they're just like fucking running on fumes with it.
Yeah.
And not to sound like that cynical fucking dude. But
I mean,
like,
they are in the last season, so.
Thank fuck. I'm not trying to be that cynical dude, but like I very rarely can sit down and watch cable television and find a show that I can genuinely laugh from. The only show that has ever fucking done that is South Park.
Yeah.
That's it. I can watch South Park and I can actually like be done with an episode and be like, wow, that was fucking funny. I've never watched a single fucking snippet of Big Bang Theory and been like,
That was really funny.
man, I can't wait to fucking try and steal some of those jokes for myself.
Oh, Bazooper.
Oh, Bazangbus.
Yeah.
They really fucking sock it to me.
I need to get updated on the last couple seasons of South Park. I'm falling behind.
Oh, the last season was really good. I've been rewatching it on Hulu every night before I go to bed, and it ends up
Every night before I go to bed, I watch South Park.
Sleep. But like, it's a show that like I find myself that if I'm watching it, I can't not watch it. I gotta like, it can't be on.
You gotta watch it and not like have it be background noise.
You got it. I wouldn't cut it. This is the pilot episode. You get what you
This is what you get.
You get what you get. You either at this point, if you don't fucking like it, you're probably already way tuned out by now. You know what I'm saying? Skirt.
Yeah.
Us get it.
Well, Jake, you want to talk about Fallout, so let's talk about Fallout.
Zach brought it up, and now that we did kind of discuss a new platform of like shifting into more multimedia type stuff.
Yeah, for those.
See, I caught myself before I said shit.
Yeah, for those, we recorded a little dummy episode, and we mainly wanted to focus on music, but now we're kind of shifting and kind of doing more media stuff to give us more stuff to talk about.
Zach, did you get the new Fallout?
No, I didn't.
What the fuck?
I'm not too thrilled about the idea of what it is, honestly. Like,
I've seen very little positive.
Right. I mean,
in anybody's like review on, I mean, YouTube. Not that I base YouTube off what I'm gonna buy, but
Right, but it's not what I'm looking to play. Like Fallout 4 for me is supposed to be like a single player experience, and like while you can play it as a single player experience, like everything I've seen, it's like it still requires like the whole online connection, and like even with single player, to an extent you can do a lot, but you'll get to a point where it becomes boring and redundant, and where you actually need to actually interact with other people, which is how they basically design the game. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm waiting for like a Fallout 5, and I think that's how a lot of people saw Fallout 76 as like a Fallout 5, but that's not what it is. It's just
Todd Howard was like, wrong.
Yeah, it's just an online Fallout experiment.
It's
basically.
Elder Scrolls Online with power armor.
Not even that. Like,
no,
it's,
but yeah, it's its own thing. I know that it's not.
When's Fallout gonna be mobile? Like, when are we gonna be able to play Fallout on our phones?
Hopefully never, because if that franchise ever takes that route, I won't. I'll lose my mind. I think that would probably push me right over the edge.
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, it's already mobile. What are you doing?
Sure, yeah, you're right. No,
It's like one too many hits of the vape.
have you guys seen the? I know, Jake. You haven't played Diablo, have you?
Oh Jesus.
I played Diablo on my super old Windows 98, like long time.
The old Diablo.
But they,
Diablo.
they released
toilet paper.
They released an announcement for a new Diablo game.
Oh,
and it's for
that's a hot mess.
mobile. Yeah, did you see the release?
Yeah.
Press release for that one or whatever. We're gonna pull that up. We're gonna watch that. Jake, have you seen this?
I have not. I'm not a big hack and slash top down.
It's. I mean, no one's gonna be a fan of this game.
Oh, is it like gonna be straight hot garbage?
You need to look at the reaction to the live reaction.
It's not even just that.
Was the live reaction just like?
It's one of the cringiest things I've ever seen. It's super funny, but like just watching it, it's just like, oh god.
Diablo Immortal cinematic trailer.
That's
the
not.
cinematic trailers how they always get you.
Oh yeah, look at that dislike.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's the dislike bar.
Is that 2.5 or 25?
That's 25K.
25,000 likes versus 656,000 thumbs down.
And if you'll notice, I'm one of them.
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this game. I'm thinking
it's gonna get good reviews.
I'm kidding.
Oh well, because
speaking of
the reason people are hating this is because BlizzCon's a huge get together for like Blizzard fans and everything, and
I like sunny weather.
They announced like, oh, Diablo fans, be ready. This is gonna be like big. This is gonna be like a huge thing.
This is gonna be your BlizzCon.
And then
this is gonna be epic.
And like people like travel across the country. People like pay a lot of money for these tickets to go to the convention. They like
people sold their kids.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But no, they put a lot of like
families
effort into this.
Families torn apart.
It's like, be ready for this. This is gonna be big.
Look at what you've done.
It's gonna be big and everything, and then they're like, mobile game.
Yeah, no, it's funny because they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna open this up for questions, and some guy comes up, he's like, is this an out of season April Fool's joke? They're like, no, this is the
real.
He's just like, oh, well, are you guys working on like an actual like PC game? He's like, well,
sure.
no. Well, he's like, well, no, but like, y'all have phones, right?
Yeah. Jesus.
It's just like,
if
oh
you
my
remember
god.
cult classics like Diablo 3, fire up your Androids.
Yeah.
This summer's gaming blockbuster epic.
Yeah, I'm actually, I really wish like the first question, it's like, all right, so questions. First guy on the right. Yeah. What the fuck?
I like how you told us to cut the F-bombs.
We can say it.
I'm keeping it to a minimum.
God.
He had like 3 within 5 words.
Amazing. But yeah.
Speaking of the whole fucking it's gonna happen. You're not gonna. This whole podcast is gonna sound like. Battlefield 5. So I purchased it today, or I purchased Origin Access, which, if
What's wrong with you?
what?
Oh, the Origin Access?
Yeah.
Isn't it like $100 a year?
Oh, they have a monthly.
Oh, well,
You can do it for $10 a month.
it's $120 a year.
Yeah. Yeah. But I get like every decent game that is on Origin out Like, I have
Right.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. I play a lot of Battlefield, so I have a lot of the Battlefield. I have every recent Battlefield game out there, but beside the point. Battlefield 5, I played the beta and was sorely disappointed. I was one of those people that was just blatantly lied to about the whole immersion thing. I mean, playing the beta, the gunplay was probably one of the more satisfying developments that they've created, and it was really good, and it felt really great to shoot people and stuff like that. And James, put your effing shirt down.
Sorry.
Trying to be serious, but they got called out because the trailer dropped, and there's a female one-armed Captain Hook John Wick running through a house getting clapped by some Germans, and it's like, this never happened in World War II. And it's like, why would you create the most quote-unquote immersive World War II game ever when you clearly know that it's not? Get called out on it, and then call the people that are buying your game stupid and just saying, well, if you don't think that it's the best immersive World War II game ever, well, just don't buy it. And then people didn't, and then the people in top development,
hey, buy it.
People that in the development of the higher ups in that on that development team were like, oh, maybe we should go, and then the people at DICE were like, yeah, maybe you guys should just go.
Maybe you should go.
Like, who's dumb enough to be like, oh, you don't like it? Well, maybe you shouldn't buy it.
Well, the weirdest thing about Battlefield 5 right now is that it has 4 release dates.
It does.
Multiple dates.
I honestly had no idea the Battlefield 5 was even in the works.
Yeah, neither did I until about a half hour before you guys showed up, because I actually just watched a video on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if you don't know, it's a complete sham about World War II. I mean, I play Postscriptum, which is, if you want to talk about an immersive World War II shooter, that's the game. It will keep you up at night from shouting Germans that are in the bush next to you that just seem to stab you in the neck out of nowhere. But Battlefield 5 is just it's a good Battlefield game, don't get me wrong, because
right.
Again, the gunplay I think is probably the most polished gunplay they've ever put out, which is great. That's why I play Battlefield. But at the same time, you look around and you're like, wow, it's definitely World War II, but it's not a super immersive World War II game. It's not. I think it's gonna be fun. I bought it to play with Mike, but I don't agree with the whole development thing of, well, if you don't like it, just don't get it.
Going back to the whole
your job is sales of the game, and you literally
told them not to buy it.
not to overuse that stupid joke, but you did literally have one job.
Yeah.
You really did.
And I mean, one thing that
and you threw it all away.
I was poking back into that argument where it's just well, there weren't really women entry for men in entry.
There was no
infantry.
such thing. There was literally no such
But at the same time, you're throwing realism and accuracy out the door when the Germans and Russians win certain battles and stuff.
Yeah.
And multiplayer. And it's what does it matter? It's just a game.
Well, I get the whole multiplayer. If if it's a multiplayer on, say, the Battle of Stalingrad map, and the Germans win,
right?
You're obviously that's a fallacy. But you're there was something, I can't remember where I heard it or where I read it from, but I was actually watching a video, I think, and it was somebody talking about where the main producer of kind of or I don't know what you want to call it. He was a top designer of the game, or leader on the development team, and he was talking to his daughter about why there were no women in this Battlefield, and he explained to her why, because historically women were nurses, or there were some women freedom fighters and some in the Finnish and Russian army, but the main Axis powers and the Allied powers, there were no women fighting. That was not a thing until, it's still not really a thing, but it's, I guess his daughter was, very upset and thought it wasn't very fair, and decided to voice his opinion to the team, and they changed it. And I'm just I get it, your daughter doesn't understand that, but then that trickled into literally telling your fan base to just not buy the game because you wanted to make your daughter happy.
Right.
She's not even gonna fucking play the game.
How old
She's
is the daughter?
Fucking 8.
Huh.
She's not old enough to play the
I'm
game.
I'm glad that she dictated the
I know.
direction
Like,
of the
I'm
game.
glad that some dude's daughter was like, "Oh, it's not fair. Life's not fair." Okay, and it's called a history book. It's not fiction. It's not you can be like, well, and then during World War I, they had mustard gas spewing T-Rexes, and the Germans used them relentlessly on the Austro-Hungarians.
So
I'd play a game.
to wrap it up, Jake's a sexist and hates women.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
Women, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trickled down into a... Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to have fun as best I can, and I'm just going to not think about it. It is kind of really funny, though, when you do shoot somebody in that game, and you just hear a really high-pitched... I shot somebody with a shotgun, and all I heard was... It's what sounded like... Best way I could describe it is... like an old lady falling down the stairs. Like you just hear, ah! And then you're like, oh, again. You normally don't hear that in Battlefield. You hear like a very robust word. Yeah. Oh. And then they're dead.
Well, Zach's got a video pulled up here.
The Diablo thing.
Yeah, so Jake, if you want to see this, are we? Wait, are we? Because the audio can get picked up. Are we gonna get in trouble? Are we gonna get in trouble?
This should be okay.
No, we're gonna find out. If we do
but-
get in trouble, this will be the world's shortest podcast.
Are we gonna get in trouble?
Oh, that's not.
But
Hello, BlizzCon. Is this a really cheesy announcer too? Oh, I can hear myself. Oh, fuck, that's good.
but yeah, here we go. Live reaction from Jake Ivory.
I like that we can hear ourselves.
Well, actually, I turned you off. So,
BlizzCon, we
like, we're still alive.
love Diablo.
Oh, great.
We love the way Diablo has brought millions of players around the world together to slay demons.
And now we're gonna fuck it up.
Our modern world is an increasingly connected one. Our
That's how you
mobile
know.
Devices
Oh.
keep us closer
People
than
in the
ever
audience like, oh,
to
where's
our
this going?
friends,
Well, it's like, I can't wait to see the
family,
chat's gonna, like,
and loved
explode.
ones. So
Because I'm like, yes, Diablo.
we want to use mobile devices as
Wait, let's
the
just see.
platform for a new Diablo game. Because
Mobile game
nothing
incoming.
brings a family together like slaying demons.
Notice
So
the
we wanna
audience
do
getting
it
quieter
in a
and
way
quieter.
that's true to Blizzard, putting gameplay first. We want to do it in a way that feels We are making a full-fledged action RPG you can play everywhere with everyone. Now, I have a
No claps.
cinematic to show you. But first,
Oh, we also have
allow me to
laptops.
set the
Laptops
stage.
are mobile.
At the end
And the
of
Switch now,
Diablo
too.
2,
Yeah, too.
Lord of
Yeah, true.
Destruction, Baal had corrupted the World Stone.
Rest in peace,
The
Diablo.
World Stone is an object of immense power. It has the power to create
I hate
worlds.
Switch.
The World Stone was used
Oh, wow,
to create
that's-
Sanctuary. Baal,
Wow, it is
one
just
of the
dead
Primeval,
silent in there.
Had corrupted the World Stone, and that corruption threatened to echo through all of humanity, turning humans.
No one's, like, shaking their
evil
things anymore.
and
They're not, like,
violent.
excited. The crowd is just like,
The
huh?
Archangel
Oh.
Tyrael,
They're
knowing
like,
this,
wake up, wake up,
made the
wake up.
sacrificial decision to use his legendary blade Eldruin to shatter the World Stone. What happens next?
People
Let's
leave.
roll the cinematic.
Hey, let's show you a mobile cinematic.
There was one person in the back like,
Yeah!
Yeah!
I'm optimistic!
Hell yeah!
What's funny is the company that developed this,
Like, why even show a cinematic for a mobile game? It's
Right.
not gonna look even remotely close.
World Stone.
Oh yeah.
the company that made this game actually originally made a Diablo ripoff for mobile.
Oh,
So
really?
Diablo was like, hey, do you want to just do that again but with our stuff?
From the high heavens to the burning hells, our desire to control.
You just want to do it legally?
That's where the whole budget to the game went.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
They ran out of money, so like, we can't make a PC game, we just gotta do a mobile game.
Press F to pay
Is
respects.
to survive. They must stand to face the rising darkness.
Has anyone said anything positive?
Negative.
No.
I gotta... Wait, people... They're like, this has got to be a joke, right? This is going to be on PC.
Immortal. We are so excited about this game.
Excited!
Diablo Immortal is our chance to explore 20 years of untold stories that
In 6 months of development.
The top comment was they had 8 years.
Diablo 3. What happened to
No, in the
Yeah, I just want to see what the top comment was up there was.
We are so excited to let you down.
During this time, why did Malthael
Tepid applause.
abandon heaven? I want to be there for the founding of the Demon Hunters and the Golden Age.
I feel bad for this guy.
Westmarch.
He's literally just giving this announcement, like,
We'll
just
have
on his
new
own.
stories
Like, he's got to
for
face this
beloved
by
characters.
himself.
We've partnered with NetEase to create Diablo
He actually did
Immortal.
like 6 shots and a line of coke behind the stage. He's like, all right.
Let's do this.
He's sitting there. He's like, I know they're gonna fucking hate this.
And their passion,
Time to put the big girl panties on.
expertise have allowed
Please
us
clap.
He's clapping.
Diablo to mobile.
He's wearing bulletproof
Now,
vest.
I know what you're thinking. You want to
This
see
sucks.
something. So up next, let's have a look at what Diablo Immortal looks like in action.
I want to get to the
Let's roll it.
Q&A.
Yeah. Who cares about the gameplay video?
Authentic Diablo gameplay.
Authentic.
At your fingertips.
On your
We have-
phone.
New stories to tell. New skills. Sorry.
Oh my
Welcome
god.
you here to BlizzCon,
Shut up.
and there's
Nervous
never
laughter.
been
What the fuck
a
is
better
that?
time to be part of this incredible Blizzard community.
He's like, wow, I really wish I wasn't playing this right now. He's like, there's no spell to unfuck this whole thing.
He is so nervous right now.
Here on the show floor.
Because there's been like no applause.
I know.
Deep. Okay.
This guy's got the body type of Jim Carrey's Grinch.
And then over
That's just the bulletproof vest, like you were saying.
Diablo Immortal.
I feel so bad for this guy.
He probably doesn't even work for Blizzard. They're just like, hey, you're an upbeat guy.
We need someone expendable.
I want to know what happened to Druids.
What?
Druids.
Druids.
Oh.
You
Druids.
guys skipped Druids in Diablo 3, and you guys skipped the Diablo Immortal.
Well, we are planning on adding additional classes over time, so, you know.
As
Matt's got a
paid
vote, Chris got a
DLC.
vote, You have a vote. It's kind of a 3-way tie. We'll see what happens.
So short answer, no.
Got names of Druids, so.
Oh, I see.
At least he's got company up there now.
So how long
They're
has
actually
Diablo
packing
Immortal
heat.
been in development, and how is it affecting other Diablo projects?
Well, you may or may not have heard.
That's a very nervous smile.
It's almost kind of memeable at one point, right? That we have multiple Diablo projects in the works.
Do you have a time frame of when we will see this?
When it's ready.
Wow.
When it's done.
Oh my god. This
Sorry,
is.
now it's over. Caleb, did we have a question on the side as well? Sorry about that.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be really awkward silence.
Didn't appear to be in the game. Are those in cinematics, or was that just for that trailer?
The trailer actually, those are in-game models, and they're rendered
that a vape?
cinematically
What is he
using
holding?
cinematic camera.
I hope it's a vape.
And that is the game.
gotta be
like a
running,
slide.
Is it
Or
yeah,
I
it's
don't
for
know.
the projector or something?
Are they going to appear any other time during the game, or is it just like a character select kind of thing?
Let's just get to the good stuff, man. Is this an
It's
out of
com-
season?
no, it's coming. Just let it happen. It's only 10 minutes.
It's gotta happen naturally.
Yeah, I wish I had more to say at this time.
We want customizability, so we'll find it somehow.
Yeah.
Let's open up to a Q&A, except we actually have no A's.
Just a lot of keys.
I was curious.
We have just as much cues as you do.
I think it's
I was
the...
curious. I see a lot of mechanics that
Oh,
we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this just strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current.
Are there any other questions?
All right, let's see how long I can dodge around this.
Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Ooh. Ooh.
There it is.
You guys all have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones.
Oh man, that's a bad.
Tablet too.
You could play it on your tablets.
It's also on the Switch. You're right.
Ooh, that was bad.
Hold on.
The question is, how hard can the content be in this game? A lot of players like to go on Infernal mode, hardcore, stuff like that. So how hard can we expect the difficulty curve to get in this game?
That was a nasty
I
one.
think it's a little early for us to give a definite answer, but I think the best way to look at it is this is a true Diablo experience, and we want to make
Just not on PC.
Just not on what Diablo's normally played on.
Anything else you want to add on that?
No, I think that's.
I think it's time to leave.
We are looking to make sure that the game is challenging, and I think one of the nice.
Ooh, after those
things
boos,
about
he just
Diablo
his attitude changed.
He's lost that smile.
There's portions of the game that are a little bit easier, and then there's portions of the game.
I secretly want him to freak out, throw the headset, and be like, "Oh, you know what?
No! Many action RPGs, depending.
Do you not have phones? Fuck you, dude.
Right? Oh, wow. What a backhanded, just.
Down to play. My hope would be that Diablo Immortal.
Blizzard has been a PC gaming company for ever.
That's what you are.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is when you go play the demo, we always make sure the demo is accessible to the widest audience possible, and sometimes
Excluding the widest audience possible.
that's not representative of the final game.
But hardcore itself, I think, is still an open question for us.
Question,
but
real
we're
answer
not sure.
is.
It's great if we can be on mobile and provide like a top tier
So,
Diablo
I really just, I'm waiting for him to just be like, but no, there is not.
So, basically, no.
This question kind of ties in with the whole theme of the room.
Why?
Where do you live? And
who do you think you are? What gives you the right?
like, they shot Diablo, and then as it was bleeding out, and people were like, "No, please don't! No, please don't!" They just stepped on it and kind of just sort of dragged its face on the concrete, and then the fans were, and then they looked at the fans and they were like, "Huh? Come on, what do you think? Huh?" And the fans were like, "Please stop!" And then they shot it again, square in the nose, point blank, and they were like, "Come on, but it's exciting. We're excited!" And then everybody started to cry, and then people
He's
thought it was a
already
joke.
dead.
And then the people running that whole thing were just like, they took it and it was already dead, and then snapped its neck, and we're like, what do you want?
Yeah, that was just, oh my god.
That was fucking painful.
We can probably let this run a little long too. We can probably.
Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna cut out. That was literally us just staring at the computer for like a while. I don't imagine that makes for good podcast material.
Thanks for listening to us not talk for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
we had some commentary.
A little bit.
They really like that. That was painful to watch. They like.
You have phones, don't you? God, that's.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody was like.
Well, that's
hey,
where the boost.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you.
Fuck you, buddy.
That was just. I have no words. I don't.
That's actually that's on par with EA's whole debacle with Battlefront.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
yeah.
And that's,
on Reddit.
Yeah, that's the same exact type of debacle that they faced. I mean, telling that response to that question when, he was like, "You guys have, come on, you guys have phones, don't you?" That response was on par with, "Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it."
Well, not even that one. It's when EA had the most downvoted comment on Reddit for Battlefront. The don't buy them.
Oh,
that was for Battlefield.
Okay, yeah.
But for Star Wars Battlefront, they got the most. I think they still hold the most downvoted comment on Reddit ever.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull it up because that was for.
What happened to games, man? Like, what happened to really? I'm not talking like I'm talking games in general. Like, really good ass games. Like, I still have Bad Company 2. I still play it almost every day.
Game companies want to make money. That's the thing.
Because
it's like they don't listen.
The comment was, the intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes, but you had to grind an absurd amount of hours to unlock, like, Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
It's absurd. Like, you literally... You could, but then they gave people the option to just buy out,
right,
and just pay for it, which is the point of it. It just defeats the purpose of the game,
right? Yeah,
yeah. No, people just they see something that makes a lot of money, so they're like, "Hey, we'll give it a shot," and people are like, "No."
Well, I really feel like people don't listen to like.
Mine is 683,000 still, and the follower up is only 24,000.
Wow. Amazing.
That just goes to show that for large companies such as EA, choose your public representatives very wisely.
I wonder after like the person typed that out and all the dislikes came, they're just like, Jeff, can we see you in the office, please?
The second comment down is, I wonder if Burger King wants to sell me a sense of pride and accomplishment by making me work 10 hours for my fucking fries.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I guess this week's podcast was about video games.
Negativity. Oh, we can even create a title for it. Negativity in the video game world.
Yeah.
Or we could title it, "Y'all have phones, don't you?"
I hate Super Mario.
You're getting too close to your mic there.
I hate Super Mario.
And there goes our 2 listeners.
Bye, Mom.
Yeah, bye.
If my mom was still listening at this point,
they were never in here to begin with.
But yeah, I mean, we could talk about some other stuff right now. We have a couple. I mean, we're going to be editing out that Diablo stuff.
Well, yeah, I'll try to cut it down. Yeah.
Yeah, because
do you want to talk about our playlists now?
Yeah, we could. So what we're gonna do here is every week when we record, we're gonna do some music recommendations for you guys because we care about you so much and we just want to give you all kisses on the forehead. All
right, and delete
and edit that out. But
please God, edit that out.
So yeah, we're
gonna have ringtones that are just James making weird noises on this podcast.
I like it.
So yeah, we'll post it on my account, at least for right now, because it turns out you can't rename your Spotify account, so we'll just give out my first and last name.
Don't forget your social security.
Don't forget address, social security number, email address,
and yeah. So
we're totally not going to send you anything bad.
Yeah, so name is James Keel, Kuehl, and so just follow... I call this first playlist the SBP Music 1, and we're each going to recommend 5 songs a week, and just hopefully you guys like them.
Question?
Find something new? No, this is not a Q&A, Jake.
What does SBP stand for?
It stands for SuperBois Podcast.
Oh!
That, the fucking podcast, Ron.
Super big penis.
Alright, and there goes my parents.
Squeaky butt plug.
Both good choices.
So yeah, anyone? I'll talk about my music first.
We'll go down the line. You go first.
Yeah. So for me, I threw on some Vince Staples. "Don't Get Chipped" from his new album FM. I think it's a really, really good album. I've been a big fan of Vince Staples for a while now. I love his just like the sound of his voice. It's just very pleasing to me.
What's the name?
Vince Staples.
Does he work at an office supply store?
He does not. I knew it was gonna go there. You shut your mouth. He's an artist.
I think it's just his voice is just very like pleasing to you. Not in a sexually way.
It sounds sexual.
I know.
Now that you said that, there's no way to unsay that.
I mean, like, I take it you don't know Vince Staples.
No. Do you love him?
No, but do you know Vince Staples?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
North is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I feel like Vince Staples...
Bitch, you thirsty, please grab a Sprite.
His voice kind of reminds me of, like, Steve Urkel in a way. Like, whenever he raps, because I feel like he could just be like... I'm trying to think of a lyric now, and now I'm just on the spot, and I can't think of anything. At the top, I want my homies. It's very lonely. At the top, I want my homie. Did I do that? Like, I feel like... Like, honestly...
Now I just want Steve Urkel to just fucking drop an album full of fucking bangers.
Titled, Did I Do That?
Did I do that?
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, a Mac 11 burst.
Pop, 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 watching homies drop.
Steve Urkel, if you're out there, please.
The real Steve Urkel, please stand up. But no.
We're gonna have a problem here.
No problem. That actually was Steve Urkel. That was his first feature.
I threw on some Anderson .Paak though off his new album Oxnard. Who Are You? Great song. Oxnard. This band Interloper. Yes, Interloper. It's Interloper because I'm a fucking idiot.
Interloper's a good movie.
Yeah, Interloper. It has the ex-guitarist of Rings of Saturn, Miles, and Mike Semeski from The Heart Machine and Intervals. Really, really great song. Greyhaven, a band I actually saw last night. They put on a great show.
Ooh, I was going to say we need to talk about that.
We'll talk about that concert in a second, but they have a great song called Echo and Dust, Part 1. And this rapper, JPEG Mafia, Puff Daddy.
I've heard him.
JPEG.
Them.
Him, yeah. JPEG Mafia put out a song 2 weeks ago called Puff Daddy. Really, really good. And we'll go down the line. Jake, let's talk about your songs here. If you want to need a reminder, I'll give you my phone.
All right, so I threw on some straight fuego. We started with Kiro Kiro Bonito and the song Flamingo. The lyrics I honestly can't stand, but the beat behind it is actually oddly catchy. I feel like I can't not listen to it and smile and just kind of like go back and forth
They got some good songs. I enjoy Kiro Bonito.
When I Meet Death by Time the Evaluator. I really like Time the Evaluator as God bless you.
Sorry.
Really like Time the Evaluator just because of the fact that their singers' vocals I think are really kind of different. They're not like I don't really know how to describe it. Think of like an 80s hair metal type pitch, like very high. Similar, but not, but raspy, like, you know, obviously like a metal or metalcore kind of sound to it. It's really good. Man Down by BJ the Chicago Kid. He mentions Harambe in his song. You should listen to it. That's enough said. And First World Problem Child from Straight from the Patch, Straight from the Patch.
Straight from the Patch.
Straight from the Patch. It's a song about corn.
Like the band?
Wow.
Similar, again. But I actually just saw them on Thursday with Silent Planet and Kubla Khan and Greyhaven as well. And then Liquor and Misunderstanding by Verse Simmons, because, you know, I gotta drop a club banger on y'all just to keep it
fresh.
Just to keep it fresh. Zachary.
We got
was it me now?
Yeah.
Oh, you already had
Is it me? The only one on this podcast who hasn't spoken yet?
It's done.
It's me.
Maybe you counted. You idiot. Stupid.
Huh?
I really don't like your attitude with me right now.
Well, let's hear him.
All right. So I've actually been on a funky kick. Not actually funky, but it's just all over the place is what I mean. So for some reason this week, Paralyzer by Finger 11 has been my jam.
You're really stuck on that.
Yeah. It's been my pump up song all week on my way to the gym and everything.
What do you like, Hinder too and Nickelback? Got him.
That day at the gym I did listen to Nickelback. Won't lie.
Fucking roasted.
Come on, man. Lips of an Angel.
We haven't even gotten through the second song.
I actually do enjoy Nickelback. Hinder, though, I can't.
One thing about Nickelback, like, I'd say what you want about Nickelback, but man, the mix on their drums on their albums, freaking tasty.
I have to pay closer attention. I mean, I actually haven't listened to Nickelback in a couple years, actually, but...
Their drums sound phenomenal.
Oh.
Like, they sound like the perfect metal drum set. But
my favorite death metal band has got to be Seether.
We actually saw Seether live.
And Dragon Force.
I put on some Dragon Force songs a couple days ago. I was like, damn.
I mean, if anything, Dragon Force is closer to deathcore than Seether.
But
similar.
If you want to continue
anyway,
on.
Yeah, my next song is Gifts and Curses by Yellow Card, because I've been on like an early 2000s kind of kick.
Yeah.
And that's a song from Spider-Man 2, I believe. Pretty good. James, never mind. Yeah, pretty good song. Pretty feelsy. It's a good time. And then Doomsday, and not even just Doomsday by Architects, but like the whole Holy Hell album I've been jamming out to.
Holy Hell.
I think it's a phenomenal album. Lyrics are their best, probably their best work right now. And then there's definitely like an essence of like loss that they're really getting across pretty well about Tom and everything. And then I've also been on a Reflections kick because, I don't know, I'm having a sad boy week just because I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Reflections isn't that well known, it seems, but no, they're one of like the heaviest bands. Not one of the heaviest bands, but they are a super heavy band that I listen to, and they have some incredibly heart-wrenching lyrics on their newest album.
Ever heard of a little band called Kiss?
Dude, I tear up every time I hear Love Gun.
Graphic design is my passion.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to touch on, since I don't know if you want to bring up topics from the
let's talk about concerts.
Yeah, we'll talk about some concerts that we went to. Jake, you want to go first? Me go first? Whatever you want to do.
Let's get the bad news out of the way first. What was up with yours? You said it was interesting when I asked you. I was like, "Oh, James, how's it going?" You said, "It was interesting."
Oh yeah, so I went to a concert last night to go see the band I mentioned earlier, Greyhaven. They're a really, really great band. They combine elements of progressive rock. What are you laughing at, you stupid
I just thought
fuck?
about a synonym band name instead of Greyhaven Brown House.
Really got a kick out of that one.
That's funny. I did. It's why I laughed.
Oh god.
Oh,
my pop filter. Yeah. So
Greyhaven's singer looks like Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Yeah. No, he does. He's a really nice guy too. I had a conversation with him. Me and Corey did after the show. But they have like elements of like progressive metal, noise rock, and what the fuck is so.
Probably thought of another name like
fucking Brown House.
Your face is just beat red right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Noise rock and metalcore. Zach and I are just staring into each other's eyes right now as Jake is convulsing in his chair.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can't breathe. Jesus Christ, why is that so funny? Oh, I think I'm having a stroke. Oh, God.
Wait.
Get the. Oh.
Take your time.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess this is Jake's podcast.
Finish up.
You done?
So how was it?
Oh,
God.
So...
How was Kylo Ren?
I'm learning... Greyhaven was great. They put on a really, really great show, but they... Sorry, I said Greyhaven, made him think of Brown House. But they were the headlining band.
I'm listening.
I don't know what's wrong right now because that's not that funny.
You're not that funny in general.
I know that I'm not. I don't know why I'm laughing at that so hard because it's the fucking dumbest joke I think I've ever said.
But I'm learning that the term band and musician is just, and music just in general is becoming such a loose term. So Corey and I kind of just wanted to go see Greyhaven. We had no idea who the other artists were, so we kind of just were like, let's just go around like 9:30ish. Just like they'll probably be on around then.
When did they actually go on?
11.
Oh,
so yeah, they went on
That's
at
late.
11. They put on like a half-hour set though, which was
That's it.
yeah.
Shitty.
Yeah, I guess Jake's phone's just gonna be ringing too.
I'm
It's gotta
sorry.
be-
I mean, since they weren't the headliner at the Silent Planet show, that's probably the only set they had.
Well, yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
it's a little. It was like a one-off date for them.
Right.
But yeah, so we walk in, and there's just a picture of a cactus on Google Images. Like, not even like clicked, like the picture itself. It's like Google searched, and like the second result they clicked on was just like a picture of a cactus, and it was just on the projector while some fucking like weird elevator music, and then sudden death metal was playing, and then like jazz music, and then sudden death metal. It was just like, what? And then we went to the guy who's running sound was just like, all right, now we're gonna go to a live stream where we're gonna have our the second band for Corey and I, our next band playing, and it was just a guy in his car driving, repeatedly saying, "You're a monster, you're a monster, you're a monster, you're a monster."
That's where that came from in our group chat. Because Corey called me a monster today. I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, it was just some guy in his car driving. He's like, "I'm blah blah blah, here to convince you that blah 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 is a monster, and here we go. You're a monster, you're a monster." Just 10 straight minutes of that, and I pretty much
fuck that.
Dude, it was ridiculous. And it was just like, I paid $10 for this. And then the next act was kind of interesting because it was some guy just playing like really just
was it the guy?
Unsettling sounds. No, some other. I don't know. This guy was in Wisconsin, I think, and he was live streaming him.
He drove all the way there?
Yeah, right?
Wisconsin.
And then this guy came up and he was just playing really, really unsettling sounds on his what the fuck ever, you know?
A keyboard, probably.
Yeah, that. I couldn't think of the word.
It's alright, you'll get there.
What the fuck ever. Yeah, it wasn't even, I mean, call me old school when I say it wasn't even music, but it was just picture just a half hour of just blast beats. Unsettling blast beats.
Yeah, that's pretty...
And the whole time I'm thinking
it's a pretty small demographic that would enjoy that.
I was thinking I paid $10 for this. Yeah. And then next was a guy, was pretty much the same thing, except he was screaming some things into a mic, so it actually had vocals.
Who booked this show?
I don't know. And I'm just like, the whole time, Kyle joined us too, and we're just like looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? And then Greyhaven played for 3 people, me, Corey, Kyle, and the other performers too. But like, we're the only people that actually like paid to be there, and it was really sad just because no one showed up.
They were probably like, "Wow, we fucking stopped in this trash town for this."
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I didn't hear much about that show.
I had no idea.
I didn't even know what was happening. And then the night
until Corey,
literally the night prior to that, and on Thursday in Lakewood, they played for probably like 300 people. Along with, I mean, they got a really good reception when I saw them at the Foundry, and they played with Silent Planet and Kubla Khan, Straight from the Path, and I'm assuming a local band, The Safest Sledge, which I was not really impressed with that. It was almost like what they came off as was kind of like a great value Silent Planet, but it wasn't like a good thing that I was hearing. I tried to drink my beer as fast as I could so I could maybe have it sound better. But
when I was sleeping in that place where you put the flowers, Lord, did you see me? I was yelling really loud.
That is that band. That's exactly what I heard. But then on the upside of that, obviously, Silent Planet put on an absolutely amazing show.
Did they play the new album like in full?
They absolutely no.
Oh.
They went back and forth. I want to say this if I can remember it, because I was a little bit blitzed. And they played. You're
gonna need to get a little closer to the mic.
They played. They started with. A song from the new album. I'm pretty sure they started with the title track or the first song, which I'm pretty sure is the New Beginning
or New Eternity.
New Eternity, yeah. There we go. But anyways, they played that song. That was their first song. They played Panic Room. They played. Nervosa. Oh yeah, there we go. That was.
Oh, they didn't play Depths 3 though.
No, they did not. Minus. I don't think they played. I don't think they played First Father at our show. But I vividly remember Northern Fire's Native Blood and Panic Room because within those 3 songs is when I had a chance on the microphone, which was pretty legit. XX City Grave, I was actually really surprised that they played that because that's one of my favorite songs from them. But I feel like that first album, like at least on Spotify, that's like probably their least listened to, just because everybody kind of gravitates, I think, to everything with sound.
Right. I mean, actually, that's actually their second album. The one with City Grave and Native Blood on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, The Night God Slept. That's actually their second one. They have one before that where Depths 1 is actually on. So
I'm just out of it. But I'm a big fan of that song. It was really good. And I mean, as far as like quality of sound goes, there wasn't a really bad sounding band in there other than GV Silent Planet, but I mean, it was really, really, really good. I mean,
I wish I went to that show.
Production-wise, it sounded like you were listening to the album just like very
really
loud.
loud.
Really, really loud. But it was like you could still hear everything in it, and you could recognize the song, and it was just going like... I think they were... Between them and Stray from the Path, they had that place like pretty much moving, because Kubla Khan was good and everything, but the place was still getting kind of warmed up, and then by the time Silent Planet played, everybody was just like ready to go. But it was probably one of the most organized like small shows I think that I've ever been to, just because I mean everybody started on time.
Right.
Band was done, they immediately tore down and started the next band. It was like clockwork. I mean they said, oh, it'll probably run till 11:30. It ran till like 11:28. They were like on their shit, but it was pretty dope. I had a good time. I'm sorry that your concert was lackluster.
Something else, I gotta say. You know, now it's an interesting story to tell.
Did they even have like their full energy? Because it seems like a band like Greyhaven, and like Silent Planet, they have like a certain like energy with how they play and perform.
They couldn't keep up with that every night because he was super. Like, at least for Silent Planet, they were like.
Oh, they get into it. Yeah, I've seen live stuff.
He was like real into it.
But I mean, like at least with Greyhaven, like when they saw that there was only like you three there plus like the other musicians, where they just kind of like, whatever.
I mean, like the drummer was like smiling and happy and stuff like that. But I mean, like they really didn't get that into it. I mean, number one, the singer was getting kind of sick, and he said he was like losing his voice a little bit. But I mean, they definitely performed well and everything. Mm-hmm. But like he said at the beginning, the singer was like, "I think this is definitely going to be our most intimate set," and so. Yeah, it was something, but they definitely deserve a better turnout than that because they're really, really great.
They're good.
I mean, it happens, but like that's honestly, you'll hear it time and time again from like tons of bands where it's like they'll have like a packed show one night and then the next show there's like 2 people.
Yeah,
something like that. Actually, nothing more. Actually,
well, I didn't even have any idea the show was going on until you were like, "Yeah, I'm going to the show tonight." That's why I asked you. I thought it was. I thought it was the same show that I was going to.
Yeah, well, understandable because like the acts and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but actually Corey brought his vinyl that he ordered it online, and they were like super excited. It's like, oh my god, like you brought this here, like yeah. So like that was cool, and they were excited about that, and yeah, it was a good time.
No, I mean,
for that band. Other than that, it was something else.
I feel like bands can also like appreciate like small shows like that sometimes too, because like
it's a humbling experience, and also just like I don't know, it was cool because like we actually got to talk to them. And like,
I remember hearing a story. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't have any thoughts after that, so you're good.
I remember like hearing it was one of the members of Nothing More. He was talking about how they played like a packed show one night, and then like their next stop, it was literally one guy.
Yeah, I think that was
the thing, and like they were just like, do you still want to hear the set? And he's like, yeah. So they played.
I think it was Johnny, the
Certainly
singer.
didn't come here for dinner.
But yeah.
So yeah.
Well, if we don't have anything else, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
I think that'd about wrap it up. I think we would just be kind of fucking forcing it at that point.
I'm sure that's really pleasing.
Yeah, I'd cut it. That's about it. Yeah, just tapped us out.
All right. Well, we'll catch you. We'll catch you guys next week on the SuperBois Podcast.
And to our Patreon subscribers, stick around for our post show.
Next time
do
on
we have a
the
Patreon?
SuperBois Podcast, we discuss how we're gonna keep this going without blowing our brains out.
No, like the biggest issue when it comes to doing the podcast is that our friend Jake fucking cancels plans like it's his job.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
This took a dark turn.
So this is on me now, huh?
Why are you looking at me? I didn't accuse you of anything.
Would it be if a podcast just closed and faded out with like a group of people talking and then fighting?
Yeah, like a fist fight.
Screaming, shit crashing.
Bottles fucking breaking.
Well, no, this is gonna get kind of meta because I'm actually gonna fade it out with us talking about how it's gonna.
Well, now we're talking about us talking.
Oh man,
just fucking turn it off.